Hello Scorpio, welcome to your August 2020 tarot reading. This is a general reading for the zodiac sign of Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising signs. If this reading doesn't resonate, you might want to check out your moon and or rising sign because sometimes your messages will be coming from those readings. And don't get caught up on genders of the cards. We all have masculine and feminine energy, so just because a certain anatomical gender is represented in a card, it doesn't mean that it's referring specifically to that gender. It could be referring to someone of an other gender or someone who's non-binary. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. The first card you have is the Nine of Pentacles. And this is a really lovely card. It's one of my favorite cards in the deck because you can see in this card there is this person that is really enjoying a lot of luxury in their surroundings. There's a lot of fruit and flowers growing. There's a beautiful golden gate. They have this, really gorgeous falcon on their wrist. They're dressed very nicely. It is kind of a bougie energy. I always feel that with the Nine of Pentacles, but the reason why I like it anyway is because this Nine of Pentacles energy is always about, yes, it's kind of a luxurious material comforts kind of energy, but it's from the hard work of the person depicted. So it doesn't really ever refer to someone where they just something fell in their lap. This is someone who has worked really hard for their material comforts and surrounding, and they can just enjoy it. They're proud of themselves and what they've accomplished. So yeah, I feel like you Scorpios, you kind of feel like you have a rich and satisfying life that was brought about by your own determination, your own intelligence, your creativity, your skills. And this is how you feel in August. You feel kind of stable. You feel like you're being productive. You feel fulfilled in the work that you're doing that has brought you about this physical abundance around you. You're proud of your efforts. This card is also about security. It's a very feminine energy of just material comfort and just enjoying the body. It also refers to love of nature. But it's also about being alone. It could be about working alone. Maybe whatever you guys are working on or whatever work you do, it's very solitary work. Yeah, it's like gain an accomplishment from working alone and then enjoying the results of it alone. So yeah, I feel like you guys have put a lot of meticulous care and prudent planning into your career or whatever work or project that is the big part of your life right now. And you did it alone. You're kind of enjoying the fruits of that alone. So for some of you, this might mean that you're single. Maybe this will resonate with a lot of single Scorpios. You feel a little alone, or even if you're in a relationship, you might still feel alone. Just because we're in a relationship doesn't mean that we necessarily feel not alone. It could be that. It could be that you feel alone among your peers. Maybe in the work environment you feel alone. Maybe you're doing the work a certain way or have ideas that you aren't really fitting in or resonating with anyone else, and you feel kind of alone for some reason. In some area of your life you feel alone, or you are alone is what the message is. So the next card you have is the Eight of Swords. I think you Scorpios had this card in your last month's general reading and or the love reading from last month. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure you guys had it at least one time. And this is a paralysis of analysis card. Excuse the rhyme, but that's the best description for it. You're overthinking and analyze something and it's making you frozen, not being able to move. It's you feeling trapped by a certain circumstance that is more than likely self-created in your mind. It could be an external circumstance that's out of your control, but the vast majority of the time this card is about something in your mind. You're bounded by your mind, what your mind is making something out to be. Restrictions of your own making, overthinking, self-blame. So for some of you, it could be surrendering your power to others in some way. So the advice here is to confront those self-imposed limitations and see what this is about. Yeah, it's going to be a different thing for each of you guys. Some kind of interference has entered your psyche. You could be doing a self-blame bit. You could be criticizing yourself. You could be having disquieting thoughts about some circumstance or the past, something you're not okay with. But it's you being a prisoner in your own mind. It's self-made. So the way to get out of this is to use truth and reason to cut through those bounds. If you look at the person in this card, there's all these 8 swords around them that are struck into the ground, but you're being asked to grab one and unbound yourself. And those swords represent truth and reason to cut through the restrictions. So it's asking you to use your cool intellect to get yourself out of this, because it's not real. It's just in your head, whatever it is. And the 8 of Swords energy is always such that you want to do it quickly. Once you take that first step quickly, the becoming unbound happens very fast. So that's always the advice with this card. Yeah, so whatever it is, it's going to be different for you guys. It could be a relationship, or referring back to the Nine of Pentacles energy, if you are single and alone, it could be you overthinking that and making yourself feel bad, just overanalyzing that. It's like, oh, what does that mean? Like, what kind of person am I? It could be something like that. Some kind of situation. But it's going to be different for each of you guys. So the next card you have is the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords, I sometimes read her a little differently reading the reading. For some reason in this reading, the first thing that popped in my head was someone's being like a real bitch. I'm sorry if that is offensive to some of you guys, but there was just no other way to put it. Just someone is being bitchy. It could be you, Scorpio, or it could be someone else. I'm not sure. I don't feel one way or another like what it would be more so than the other. So you guys have to figure that out. This person, they're not coping well with something that's going on. They're bitter. They could be mad. They could be vindictive, so watch out for that. It could be you guys. Sorry, Scorpio. I know Scorpios, they're known for being vindictive. I know that a lot of you guys aren't going to like to hear that, but that could just be useful information that maybe this is referring to your energy. Because that is kind of a Scorpio thing. I'm not saying all Scorpios are like that. It's the low side of Scorpio. It's when Scorpio's not balanced. That could be something that they go through, is feeling like they want to get back at someone. So it could be that. If it's you or another person, again, I'm not sure. They could be being cruel. They could be being icy cold. They could be judgmental. They could be cut off from their emotions, or letting the emotions get out of control and get the best of them. It could be someone being narrow-minded, someone quarrelsome, just wanting to like fight and argue. So yeah, I feel like you're going to be going through this in August. It could be a person coming towards you, or you going toward a person like that. It could be someone at work or a family member. I'm not feeling so much this is happening in a romantic connection. I don't feel that here. It could be that for some of you guys, but I feel like for most of you guys, it's like a family member or a workmate. Yeah, and either you or the other person that you have this issue or encounter with. So the next card you have is the Ace of Wands. And yeah, I feel like this is referring to a stagnant energy that you're going to be going through. It could be a false start. Yeah, and it's right below the Nine of Pentacles. So now I'm wondering, if they're connected. And if they are connected, it's almost like, it's like this Nine of Pentacles. I mean, in the tarot, there's numerology, and the number 9 is really close to the number 10, and number 10 is the end of something. So I kind of feel like you're in this Nine of Pentacles energy where you feel like you've accomplished a lot, like work-wise, and you're kind of enjoying the abundance from that. But you feel like, okay, there's something else that needs to happen now next. Something new needs to happen, but you're not quite sure what it is. And I feel like that's what the Ace of Wands is. It's like a stagnant, false start energy. It's issue starting something new. You might not know what the new thing is or what it's supposed to be, but you have this feeling in your stomach like something new is supposed to happen now. I'm supposed to start something new now, but it's not happening. It could be a different source of where that's coming from for you, for each of you guys. For some of you, it could be you just don't have any motivation or energy to put into this. For some of you, you don't have creative juices flowing. Maybe you started something new, but it was a bad start and then you got discouraged. Maybe you're just not putting in the needed effort and that has you discouraged. It's like a barren period. Like you might have planted the very beginning seeds of this, but it's just not sprouting. So yeah, I definitely think it's related to this Nine of Pentacles. I think that you've accomplished this, big measure of success and self-fulfillment. And you're like, okay, there's a new cycle that needs to begin, but you're trying to start it and it's not quite working out, or you don't know what it is and you're trying to figure out what it is. So I think it's one of those two for you guys. So the next card you have is the Six of Cups. And I feel like this really strongly is related to the Eight of Swords energy directly above that card. So Six of Cups is all about nostalgia for the past or something about your childhood. Relating it to this Eight of Swords energy, which I feel really strongly it is connected. I feel like the Eight of Swords energy we were talking about earlier, where you feel stuck and overthinking something that's really bothering you, I feel like it's related to your past. So I feel like you're remembering things of the past, but not in a nice way. Okay. It could be you're remembering something from your childhood. I mean, Six of Cups is usually about childhood. It could just be referring to the past in general, and it could be that, but I feel like for a lot of you guys, something from your childhood is bothering you. Maybe you're having memories of trauma, or yeah, it could be trauma or abuse memories coming up, and then you feel like just stuck by it, like you don't know what to do about it. Or if it's not that extreme, maybe it's just like things from your childhood that bother you that maybe you didn't really think about that much before, and now you're thinking about them and it's just making you feel bad. Yeah. This card could also mean being stuck in the past, not being able to experience joy right now because of being stuck in the past. It could be wallowing in past hurts or being stuck in something in the past that was nice. But I feel really strongly that something about the childhood that was traumatic that is really impacting your energy right now in August, that's making you feel stuck, like that Eight of Swords energy. Feeling stuck, like you don't know what to do. Yeah. So again, like I've said this in my introduction to the channel, I'm not here to give like financial or psychological advice. Like I'm not here to tell you guys what to do. I'm here to read the cards. But because something like this has come up, I'll just say a quick little piece of advice that it's positive, so I feel like it's okay to share. That if you are experiencing like a trauma from childhood, it would be really great for you guys to seek out therapy. Like definitely, if that's what it is. It's not going to be that for all of you guys. Some of you guys may be hearing this and be like, that's not me, but I have to say this because I feel like this is the case for a lot of you guys. If it is that, I just highly encourage you to seek out therapy. And I personally can relate. Like I've had some trauma from my childhood, and therapy has helped a lot, and it continues to help. So I just encourage you guys to do that. I know it's not always easy, and maybe it's not the right time. You have to get yourself together to be able to do it. I mean, you guys are in that Eight of Swords energy where you do feel stuck. So, and you guys will all be on your own timelines. But I just wanted to say that really fast. So the last card you have is the World. This is the Paradise Regained card. So you guys start off with the Nine of Pentacles, which is just a lovely energy. And the World is all about completing a cycle. Not only completing it, but it's like it's successfully been done. Whatever needed to be done happened. So like, despite, you know, the heavy energy of the Queen of Swords and the Eight of Swords and, I mean, all the other cards basically, except for the first and last card. The first and last card are saying that you're going to be okay. Like, this is going to all end the way it was supposed to. Like, these are things that you need to go through. The World is a completion of a cycle, achieving a wholeness, reaching the end of the road of something, being successful, reaching a destination, and ending so a new era can begin. So I feel like you guys are approaching completion of something. It's a major stage in your personal development. It's an end of a certain way of life, so a new way of life can begin. A lot of times the World will mean a change in location because that's just such a huge life-changing event that happens to so many of us. So the World can often mean that. It also means many possibilities opening up. You've completed something really important, so now this new way can come in. And yeah, I feel like it's probably related to this Eight of Swords, Six of Cups energy, where something from the past, some kind of traumatic energy comes back, and it feels like you're dealing with it in a healthy way. And that's why you get the World card. And I pulled an additional card for you guys. And you got the World again. This is from a deck of cards that's only the major cards and the 4 aces of the tarot deck. And you guys got the World. So you guys got the World twice, which is really reiterating this this end of a new cycle. So something new can begin. Yeah. Yeah, it's really powerful for you guys. And I just, one second. I love the way that the booklet describes this World card, so I'm just going to read it to you guys because there's no other way I can put it, and I really like the way it describes it. It says, a tree of life reveals itself to you. The World shows you where you have been and where you will go. You feel the satisfaction of completing your journey, and you proudly walk through the door offered by the tree as you accept that this cycle is over. So basically, Scorpio, you guys have accepted that something is over and you're letting it go and you're walking on to the new stage, which is amazing. I mean, that's pretty rare. I mean, a lot of times when I do these readings, you know, people are not wanting to move on, not wanting to let go of something. That's a very common theme. But you guys, the energy is here saying you guys have accepted it, you're dealing with it, or you are going to deal with it, and you're letting it go, and you're moving on to the next thing. Whether it's related to this, you know, Eight of Swords energy where you feel stuck, or, you know, that past energy about the childhood or something in the past that's upsetting you. It's like you guys are going to confront it, deal with it, let it go, and move on. That's what these 2 World cards coming up consecutively are saying. They're really emphasizing that point because you got the World twice. Yeah, and after the World card comes the Fool, which is a brand new beginning, which is exactly what the Ace of Wands was saying, that you're trying to achieve and set up the circumstances for, so you could have this brand new beginning. So there are a little bit of difficulties, Scorpio, that you will be dealing with, but you will be able to complete this cycle and you will be able to move on. And the month of August is going to be you going through that process. So Scorpio, if this reading resonated with you, please let me know in the comments below. That's really helpful for me. And if you enjoyed watching this video, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks, Scorpio. I will see you later in the month with the other readings. Okay, bye.